Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Stardust 2 by RedBarchetta. I don't think I've done a puzzle by RedBarchetta before. This one was recommended to me twice, and one of the people who recommended it said that the puzzle didn't have an included solution and sent me a link where they had solved the puzzle, and then it is the same puzzle as created by the setter but with the solution embedded. If you solve a puzzle in Sudoku pad, you can then just recreate the exact same puzzle but with the solution embedded. So that's what they sent me. So that's what I'm using, because solution embedded is a incredibly useful feature that basically it's usability, and that's what you want. So that's what I'm using. So I'm having a look at this one. There's a couple of things I want to go into, but not just yet. I'm recording this while the Sven drive is still running. But as of this being released, it's not. But I need to gather some more information before I go into the breakdown on that one. So we will see how all that goes shortly. So let's have a look at Stardust 2 by RedBarchetta. So the rules in this one are formatted in an incredibly weird way. Now, I know they're supposed to be thematic, but I've read through them, and I think this is a growing trend where the part of the puzzle is figuring out what the rules mean. So I'm going to restart the puzzle now because trying to figure it out. So the galaxy is growing and stars are exploding. It doesn't state in this puzzle that normal Sudoku rules apply, but I was told by the person who recommended it that this is actually a Sudoku puzzle, even though it doesn't tell you that in the rules. So this is a Sudoku puzzle. The galaxy is growing and stars are exploding. The given circles are stars, and the digits on the Stardust arrows must sum to the star value in the circle. So that's basically telling us that the digits on the arrows coming out of the circles must sum to the digit in the circle. Each digit value on a Stardust arrow must not increase in value as they travel away from the star. So, oh good God, why are we using negatives here? So must not increase as they travel away from the star. So as they move away from the star, the digits cannot go up. Digits may either be the same or decrease away from the star and previous digits values. So basically these are like tails of stars, and if you look at comets' tails, they get narrower as they go away. So the largest digits are going to have to be closest to the stars. In other words, consider each arrowhead as the bulb of a galactic thermometer, possibly a slow one too, as the arrowhead. Each arrowhead is the bulb. So this is the bulb. They must... Hang on, as the bulb of a galactic thermometer. But you were just saying that they must not increase in value. Oh, arrowhead. So not the circle. The arrowhead is so each arrow, so each point of an arrow, not arrow, right, each point of an arrow is basically the bulb of a thermo going up towards the circle of the... Right, okay, cool. And it could be a slow thermo. Okay, so digits on a white dwarf kropki, must be consecutive. So this is a consecutive dot, and digits on this dot must be consecutive. They're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. I have no idea on the difficulty of this, actually, but I can see in this that these two sum to this, these two sum to this, these two sum to this, these two sum to this. The box must contain all of the digits from 1 to 9, so you can never put 9 on an arrow, or this would have to be larger than 9. That is a 9. Now, each of these is a thermo, and we know that the way that you make up the sums of 9 would be 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. So there is, so there is always going to be a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4 on one of these arrows. So these have to be, whoops, I'm in the wrong mode. These have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm pretty certain that's forced. Now this has a minimum. How many different ways can you make up digits? So this has to be 7 or 8, because you can only make six up two ways. You can make it up with 1, 5 or 2, 4. You can only make 5 up two ways, 1, 4 or 2, 3. And after that, you've got... So basically, there have to be 6 digits lower than this, which puts 9 in one of those two. So this can't be a 9. But again, if this is 7, then these are going to be 1, 6, 2, 5, and 3, 4. And if this is 8, they've got to be 1, 7. So if this is a 7, this is an 8, 9 pair. And if this is an 8, this is a 4, 9 pair. So these are 4, 8, and 9, because you can never put 4 on an 8 arrow. But 1, 2, and 3 have to be down here, I think, because... yeah, one of them is going to be 1 plus either 6 or 7. The other one is going to be 2 plus either 5 or 6. And the other one is going to be 3 plus either 4 or 5. So this is a 1, 2, 3 triple. Could I do the same up here? Because this is the same shape. Because these all see each other. So this has to be 7 or 8. I can't make it 6. These are 4, 8, 9. And there must be a 9 in one of them. Oh, no, wait. This is not true, because this one could be a 9. This is 7, 8, or 9. So I completely got that wrong. So these... So I actually could put a 1 in one of those. So maybe it's these. These are consecutive. Oh, if these are consecutive, this and these two digits sum to this, but these are consecutive. So that's a 1. So there's no 1 in either of those. And if there's no 1 in either of those, there's no 8 in either of those. So what can that be? Because the minimum these could be is 2 plus 3, because I can't put a 1 in either of them. But it could be 2, 3, and then 2, 3. So this could be 5. So it's 5, 6, 7, or 8. So this is 4, 5, 6, or 7. Why did I put 7, 8 there? 4, 5, 6, or 7. But one of these has to be 8. Because I can't put 8 on this arrow, because that would be a 9, and that doesn't work. So one of those two is an 8. And there's something going on in that row. I'm not really following this, am I? But that's okay. If this is 7... Right, okay. If this is 7, these would be 8 and 9, because I couldn't put 8 or 9 on any of these arrows. And if that's an 8, I'd have to go 1, 9, and that doesn't work because I can't put a 9 there. And if this is 9, I'm broken. So I suppose the way to look at it is I can't put 9 on an arrow. So 9 is in one of those two. That can't be a 9. But it means that this can't be a 7. This is an 8 or a 9. So that means that if this is an 8, actually no, if this is an 8, this is a 4, and this is a 9. If this is a 9, those two digits have to sum to 9. But this can't, we already knew this couldn't be a 9. But its minimum I'm actually not sure. Its minimum, I can't put 2, 3 on this because these would both be 4. I can't put 2, 4 on this. Wait a minute. I can't put 2, 4 on this. If I put a 2 on this, the other digit would have to be at least 5. If I put a 3 on this, the other digit would have to be at least 5. So the minimum this could be is, this is 7 or 8. Because in order for this to be 6, this would have to contain either contain a 1, which it can't, or 2 digits from 2, 3, 4. So this is 7 or 8. So this is... So this can't be 178 anymore. Because if this is 178, that has no fill. So there's no 7 there, there's no 8 there. This is the 8, because I can't put 8 in here because that would be a 9. There you go. So what is this? That makes that 9, and these two digits have to sum to 9. Can't put 8 in either of those. So one of these is 1 8. So there's an 8 in one of those. But the 8 has to be in one of these two, because remember, these are thermos. So whichever one is 1 8 has 1 followed by 8, and I can't put 8 there. So 8 is in one of those, and 1 is in one of those. This is really weird, but I like it. Oh, this can't be a 5, because if right, I'm forgetting basic principles here. If this is a 5, these would both have to be 2 3. But if this is 2 3, this would have to be 3 2, and that's breaking the thermo rule. This can't be 5, this can't be 4. Because the minimum in these is 2 and 3. And if one of them has to be a 3, and then the next digit along would have to be a 4, that's a 7, that's a 6. And these are 2 3, because one of them has to be 3 with 4, and the other one has to be 2 with 5, because 3 4 can't get to 8 or 9. That's really that's just weird, but I like it. So there must be a 5 on this. So this is 3 5, which means there's no 3 in those, which means there's no 6 in those. These are 5 7, which means 5 7 comes out of those, and 2 4 comes out of those. So the 1 3 looks down, making that 2, which means this is either 5 or 6 to get to 7 or 8. There's no 2 in those. 1 would go with 6 or 7, and 3 would go with 4 or 5. I'm not sure. This is very strange, this puzzle. But this is now a 2 3 pair, because I can't put 2 3 in any of those or in any of those. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, these are an 8 9 pair. So what the heck are these? This puzzle is strange. It's not hard, it's just tricky. Like, there's just lots of little moments, because this is a quadruple now. 4 5 6 and 7. So because of the arrow nature, that can't be the 7 and that can't be the 4. But the maximum difference here is 3. So this is 1 2 or 3, because 3 4 7 is the biggest difference I could get. I'm not sure. What? 9 in this row is in one of those two cells. These have to sum to 8. They see each other. So they're either 1 7, 2 6. They can't be 3 5, because it would break that, and 4 4 doesn't work. And these don't see each other. So they could either be 1 7, 2 6. They can't be 3 5, but they could be 4 4. But this can't be a 1. So this can't be a 7. So this is 2 4, 2 6, or 4 4. Because I can't put the 1, because the 1 has to go up here with the 8. If this is 2, this is 7. If it's 4, this is 5, because those have to sum to 9. Because 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9, The other two digits that are left over once I use those are going to sum to 9. There are a couple of different ways of thinking about that. Just whichever digits I use to make the 9 are going to get there. Also, all of the digits in the box are a complete set of the digits 1 to 9. Add those together, you get 45. If you subtract 4 lots of 9, which is 36 from 45, you'll have 9 left over. So these need to sum to 9. This is just strange. Nine is in one of those two. So 9 is down here. But these two 9s mean that's not a 9, so that's a 9. So 9 in this box is now over here. This is a 9. So this is either 1, 8, which it could be. It can't be 2, 7, because I can't put a 7 there. 3, 6 might work. 4, 5 might work. But they're the only possibilities. Oh, this can't be 4, 5 because of the 4, 5 looking down. That's not 4, 5. So this is a 1, 3. This gives me a 1, 2, 3 triple, which hasn't really done much. If I could get this... 8 is in one of those two. Seven is in one of those three. 7 has to be up here. So 7 has to be... Oh, this is 1, 2, 3. Seven is in one of those two. Because this 7 looking down... Oh, no, that's not it. 7 is in one of those two. I'm completely oblivious to how this is working. I liked this trick. So one of these, I haven't put a 3, 6 on these. So I haven't put a 3, 6 on this arrow. One of them is 1, 8. There's 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, and 4, 5. 2, 7, 1, 8 has to be on it. 2, 7, or 4, 5 could be off. So one of these has to be 3, 6. So one of these is 3, and one of these is 6. So 3 can't be in those, and 3 can't be in those. So 3 is down here. The 1, 3 pair here takes... Oh, this is it. The 1, 3 pair here. That's a 2. So that's a 3, and that's a 1. That 1 makes... That was much easier once I saw that 1, 3. But I had to investigate the 3s here to see it. That 3 makes that 2. This now becomes the 5, and this becomes the 4. The 5 makes that 7, which makes that 2 to get to the 9 sum. That makes this 5, which makes this 4. The 7, something. These are 4, 5, 6, 7. No. The 2 looks across making that the 4. So this is another 4. There's your slow thermo. These had to sum to 9. So this is 4, 5. So these are 1, 2, 3. And I probably could have just put 1, 2, 3, 4 in these. Yeah, these are 1, 2, 3 now. And there's no 1 here because that can't be 8. So that's not 1. So I can remove the 1, 3. So 1 would go with... So these are 6, 7, and 8. There's no 8 there. That's a 6, 7, 8 triple. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 5, and there's no 2 there. So this is 1, 3, or 5. 8 must be one of those two to go with the 1 that's up there. That's fine. 4 is down here. Need to get that. And there's probably a math trick that I'm just completely oblivious to. 7 is in one of those two. This 7 looks down saying that's not the 7. But this still could be 167 or 358 or 347. So 7 is in one of those two. The 4 looks down saying that's not the 4 and that's not the 4. So 4 is in one of those two. There's no 5 here either. 3, hang on. That can't be an 8 anymore. 178. Yes, it can. I mean, there's probably eliminations here. 1, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. There's probably something here. The 1 looks across making that the 2, which makes that the 6, which makes this the 8, which makes this the 1, which makes this the 3, which makes this the 6, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 1, which makes that the 3, which makes that the 5, which makes that the 6. There you go. I just had to do Sudoku across this row. This is an 8, so this is 9 and 4, and these are triples now. 1, 6, 9. There's no 9 there. These are 4, 5, 7. There's no 5 there. There's no 4 there. And 2, 3, 8. There's no 2 there. Okay, that was probably not that useful, was it? Getting way too much stuff to try and scan on. 5 comes out of there. 2, 4. Well, this can't be 5 anymore, because that can't be 3. So that's not 5. So it's 2, 4, 6. 2, 6, 8 doesn't work, so there's no 2, 6. So 2, 4, 6 or 2, 5, 7 all work. So this is 5 or 7, and this is 4 or 7. 4 has to be in one of those two. But this 3 takes 3 out of there, making this a 3. Oh, this was never a 3. Why? Hang on. Why did I have 3 pencil marked into those? Because I couldn't put 3 in those or those because of the 3, 5. That was never a 3. But the 3 takes 3 out of there, putting 3 into there. Okay. This puzzle is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So these are 4. Oh, where's 4 in this? This is 4, so this is 6. This is 7. 1, 2, 3, and that was because of the 4 looking across. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5. So the 5 makes that the 1, which looks like I could have got from the column anyway. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to put a 6 in one of those. Where's 5 in this box? These are just pairs now. The 4 makes that the 7. So this is the 5. And these are 4 and 6. And the 4 looks down, making that the 6 and that the 4. The 5 looks up, making that the 3 and that the 5. That takes 3 out of both of those. So this becomes the 3. So this is the 6, taking 6 out of those, which works with that, which I could have done before. For some reason, I'm having trouble scanning this. I'm not sure why. Like, my scanning is never phenomenal, but this one is way more tricky than normal. 2 and 1, so this is a 7-9 pair. The 7 makes that 9 and that 7. The 9 looks across, making that the 8 and that the 9. The 2 looks across, making that the 3 and that the 2. And now I'm back to triples. The 4, 6 comes out of that, so that's the 7, that's the 5. The 5 takes the 5 out of there. The 7 makes that the 4, that the 7, that the 5. The 7 makes that the 8, which makes that the 1. So this is the 7 and the 2. I'm done with all the arrows now. There's no 6 here. There's no 1 here. The 3 comes out of here. The 2 and the 8 makes that the 3, that the 8, that the 2. Can I resolve this? Not sure. So let's look at this column. 1, 4, 6. The 1 and the 4 make that the 6, so I take the 6 out. The 6 looks back, making that the 9, that the 1, that the 6. The 1 makes that the 4 and that the 1. 1, 2, I need to put a 3 in. Those 3s place it there. 4, 5, 6, 7. These become 8 and 9, and I'll use the 9 to make that the 8 and that the 9. 20 minutes. Okay. Good puzzle, but very strange. I mean, I normally try when I'm setting puzzles like this, the narrow arrow bulbs with the dark arrows that I find a little disconcerting. When I'm setting arrow puzzles, I try and make the arrow circles and the arrows a little bit more consistent in their coloring and thickness and make them a little bit less opaque. But I don't think that's the reason I was having trouble with this one. I think it was more the extra rule set. But one thing you do need to be aware of is even though the rules don't state it, this is supposed to be a Sudoku. That is what I was told by the person who recommended it. It was a Sudoku puzzle, and the grid that they sent me had a Sudoku solution because that's what worked in LMD. But if you are solving this on LMD and you come up with a solution to this grid that does not follow the rules of Sudoku, it would be a valid. It would be a valid because. Or to be perfectly honest, if you solve this grid and you come up with the solution that doesn't follow the rules of Sudoku, 1 through 9 in every row, column, and box, that I assume would be valid, and I do not know if it's possible or what the difficulty would be, because there is nothing in the puzzle itself, apart from the fact that the recommender told me that that this is actually a Sudoku. Because there's nothing about placing digits apart from the fact that the sum of digits on these increase to totals in circles. There's nothing about the rest of it. But interesting little puzzle. It was fun. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.